Who would win in a fight between the Avengers and the Justice League? In a forgotten dimension where universes collide and time no longer obeys the rules, an ancient prophecy is carved on floating stones. The prophecy tells of a fateful day when two of the most powerful armies from two different universes will face off in a battle that will decide the fate of reality. On one side are the Avengers, the protectors of Earth in the Marvel Universe, representing courage and humanity. On the other side are the Justice League, the gods of the DC Universe, wielding powers far beyond the limits of humanity. On Earth in the Marvel Universe, Tony Stark Iron Man is engrossed in his laboratory at Stark Tower. His newest armor, equipped with the improved artificial intelligence JARVIS, is being tested. Suddenly, a bright purple light pierces the sky above New York, opening a space portal right in the middle of the city. Tony looks up, his eyes flashing with curiosity and concern. "Jarvis, analyze this phenomenon. This isn't our technology." Meanwhile, on Earth in the DC Universe, in the Justice League's Watchtower, Batman is monitoring the anomalous signals from space. The screen in front of him shows a series of distorted data, indicating a dimensional rift is forming. Superman, standing nearby, frowns. "Bruce, this isn't Apocalypse or Brainiac technology. It's different. It's like another universe is trying to connect with us." The portal opens, sending a storm of energy sweeping through the Avengers, including Tony Stark, Thor, Hulk, Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, and Vision, who have been urgently summoned to Stark Tower. Thor, wielding Mjolnir, senses an unfamiliar divine energy. "This is not Asgardian magic or any entity I have ever faced," he says, his voice deep as thunder. Meanwhile, the Justice League with Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Flash, Barry Allen, Martian Manhunter, Zatanna, and Dr. Fate gather at the Watchtower. Dr. Fate, with his helmet of Naboo gleaming, warns, "This is a test beyond all limits. We face beings as powerful as ourselves, if not more so." Both teams are pulled into a neutral dimension by the Arbiter, a vast arena created from the debris of destroyed galaxies. This arena is not bound by the usual laws of physics. Mountains float, rivers of energy flow backwards, and the sky is ablaze with millions of stars. This is where true power will be tested. As the two teams meet, the atmosphere is tense. Superman steps forward, his voice filled with authority. "We are the Justice League, the protectors of this universe. Who are you, and why have you invaded our reality?" Tony Stark, in his gleaming Iron Man armor, replies with a hint of sarcasm, "Welcome to the World Saving Club. We are the Avengers, and believe me, we don't want to be here any more than you do." Before anyone can react, the Arbiter appears in the form of a giant shadow, his voice echoing like thunder. "You are the strongest warriors of two universes. Only one team can stand. Fight, or your reality will be destroyed." The battle rages on. Thor charges, Mjolnir swinging, creating a whirlwind of lightning. Aimed straight at Superman, the Man of Steel, with his superhuman speed, dodges easily and throws a punch that sends Thor flying hundreds of meters back, crashing through a floating mountain. "You are strong," Thor roars, standing up with a warrior's smile, "but I am the god of thunder." Meanwhile, Scarlet Witch confronts Zatanna. Wanda's magic explodes, distorting the surrounding reality, creating illusions and waves of red energy. Zatanna, with absolute concentration, recites the incantation. "Ekat Zro Yim Ot Lair." A magical blast pushes both of them back, neither gaining the upper hand. In another corner, Hulk, in a state of extreme rage, confronts Martian Manhunter. Hulk's immense physical strength forces Joan to constantly change his form to avoid punches that could destroy the entire planet. "You cannot stop me," Hulk roars. But John, using his psychic abilities, attempts to enter Hulk's mind to calm his rage. However, Hulk's will is stronger than his physical strength, forcing John to retreat temporarily. Captain Marvel and Wonder Woman, two powerful female warriors, collide in an aerial battle. Each of their punches creates shockwaves that shake the arena. "What do you fight for?" Wonder Woman asks, her sword clashing with Carol's photon energy. "For those who cannot defend themselves," Carol replies, her gaze determined. As the superheroes fight, Batman and Tony Stark, two brilliant minds, stand on the sidelines, watching. Batman, with his sharp intellect, realizes that this battle is not just about power. "Tony Stark, I know you. You are a smart man. But do you really understand who is behind this?" Batman asks, his voice cold. Tony shrugs, but his eyes reveal doubt. "I don't like being manipulated. If we keep fighting like this, no one will win. We need to find a way to break this Arbiter's game." The two agree to a temporary truce, gathering their teammates to discuss. Doctor Strange and Dr. Fate, two masters of magic, work together to analyze the nature of the arena. They discover that the Arbiter is draining the energy from the superheroes themselves to maintain his existence. Every punch, every magical blast, makes the Arbiter stronger. In a neutral arena where galactic debris floats in the void, the Avengers and the Justice League temporarily put aside their blades to face a common enemy, the Arbiter, a transcendent entity manipulating both teams to drain their energy. The atmosphere is still tense, but a partnership is beginning to form, albeit one fraught with doubt. Tony Stark and Batman, two brilliant minds, stand in a corner of the arena, talking quickly about a plan. "We need a way to destroy the Arbiter's power core," Tony says, tapping his fingers against the Iron Man suit where Jarvis is analyzing data from the arena. But the problem is, this guy is not only strong, he's also good at playing mind games. Batman nods, his eyes sharp behind his mask. The Arbiter not only controls this space, he's trying to divide us. If we want to win, we have to work together perfectly. There's no room for error. In the center of the arena, Superman and Thor stood shoulder to shoulder, the two most powerful warriors on each team. Thor raised Mjolnir high, thunder rumbling, while Superman focused the heat energy in his eyes, ready to unleash it at any moment. "You are a worthy warrior, Kal-El," Thor said, his voice deep and resonant, "but I fear your power will not be enough to deal with the likes of the Arbiter." Superman smiled, his eyes determined. "We shall see who is the last one standing, Thunder God." Meanwhile, Scarlet Witch, Wanda Maximoff, and Zatanna chanted together, combining Wanda's chaos magic with Zatanna's runic magic. They created a vortex of red and yellow energy, shaking the very fabric of the arena. "We need to open a portal to the core of the Arbiter," Wanda said, her voice filled with determination. Zatanna nodded, chanting another spell, Nepo 8 Uadat Erok, opening the path to the core. Flash and Quicksilver, the fastest beings from both universes, raced around the arena, creating a time vortex that slowed the movement of the energy fragments the Arbiter released. "You're fast, but I've run through time before," Flash winked at Quicksilver. "Try to outrun me," Quicksilver replied, accelerating to catch up. Doctor Strange and Dr. Fate, two masters of magic, stood in the center, analyzing the spatial structure of the arena. Strange, his levitation cloak billowing, drew magical symbols in the air. "The Arbiter is drawing energy from us to sustain itself. If we can cut off that energy, it will collapse." Dr. Fate, the light of the helm of Naboo glowing, agreed. "But its core is protected by an ancient magic, more powerful than anything we've ever faced." Elsewhere, Hulk and Martian Manhunter continue their own battle, but now they channel their power into the Arbiter's energy fragments. Hulk smashes through giant energy rocks, while John uses his shape-shifting abilities to break through invisible barriers. Captain Marvel and Wonder Woman, flying through the air, coordinate their energy attacks and swordplay, destroying the Arbiter's magical constructs. However, this cooperation is not entirely smooth. Some members of the Justice League, like Black Adam, distrust the Avengers. "Why should we work with these outsiders?" Black Adam roars, lightning shooting from his body, nearly hitting Vision. Vision, with calm wisdom, replies, "Because if we don't work together, we will all be destroyed." The Arbiter senses the danger in the unity of the two teams. It changes tactics, using its mind manipulation to sow doubt. A dark energy sweeps across the arena, penetrating the minds of the superheroes. Suddenly, Black Adam turns on Thor, accusing the Thunder God of trying to take the Arbiter's power for himself. "You are nothing but a false god," Black Adam screams, shooting a lightning bolt at Thor. Thor, though surprised, manages to raise Mjolnir to block the attack. "You have been manipulated, warrior. Wake up," he shouts, but Black Adam does not listen. The internal fighting breaks out, interrupting the plan to fight the Arbiter. Wanda, sensing the anomaly, uses chaos magic to break the Arbiter's influence over Black Adam. She focuses all her power, her eyes glowing red, and casts a powerful spell, freeing Black Adam from his control. "Thank you," Black Adam murmured, though he still had some doubts. Batman and Tony, sensing the situation was getting worse, quickly called their teams together. "We can't let the Arbiter separate us," Tony said, his voice filled with determination. Jarvis has analyzed the core's weakness. It's in the center of the arena, protected by a magical force field. "If we work together, we can break it." Batman nodded. "I'll lead a team to distract the Arbiter. Stark, you and Strange focus on the core." The plan was set in motion. Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, and Martian Manhunter led a frontal assault on the Arbiter's avatars, huge shadows appearing across the arena. Meanwhile, Tony, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, and Vision charged into the center, where the Arbiter's core was glowing brightly. Doctor Strange and Wanda combined their powers, creating a magical portal that led directly to the core. Tony, with his upgraded armor, fires a barrage of energy missiles, weakening the protective force field. Vision, using his density-shifting abilities, penetrates the final layer of protection and reaches the core. But the Arbiter is not to be defeated so easily. It releases a massive wave of energy, pushing the group back. Wanda, with her chaotic powers, erects a red shield to protect her teammates. "We can't stop now," she shouts. In the decisive moment, the Avengers prove their superiority through perfect coordination and indomitable spirit. Tony Stark, realizing that physical and magical power alone are not enough, activates a secret feature of the armor, a reactive energy core, designed based on Tesseract technology. "Jarvis, activate Ultimate Protocol," Tony commands. Tony's armor explodes with green light, releasing a stream of pure energy, combined with the magic of Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch. This energy penetrates the final protective layer of the Arbiter's core, causing it to begin to crack. Thor, meanwhile, summons the full power of the God of Thunder. He flies into the air, Mjolnir shining like a star, and unleashes a powerful bolt of lightning, striking the core. "For Asgard, for Earth," he roars. The lightning combines with Tony's energy, creating a massive explosion. Hulk, in a rage beyond control, leaped into the center of the explosion, using his sheer strength to smash the core. "Hulk smashes them all," he roared, and his final punch shattered the Arbiter's core into pieces. The Justice League, though fighting valiantly, were no match for the Avengers' coordinated efforts. Superman, though powerful, was distracted as he tried to protect his comrades from the Arbiter's attacks. Wonder Woman and Flash fought with all their might, but they lacked the bond the Avengers had forged in countless battles on Earth. As the Arbiter's core collapsed, the arena dissolved, and the superheroes were sent back to their own universes. The Avengers stood on the ruins of the arena, breathing a sigh of relief. Tony looked around, smiling at his teammates. "We did it. Not bad for a bunch of mortals, huh?" Thor laughed, patting Tony on the shoulder. "Mortal? You're a worthy warrior, Stark.